Ooh, good morning. It's about, what, almost 6 o'clock? Exciting, isn't it? Oh, I'm warming up right now because I need to. I might start getting to working out pretty soon. I don't know what I want to do, actually, to tell you the truth. I think if I want to eat again, I need to get a haircut, though. Been doing a whole morning of eating, honestly, to tell you the truth. It's been, well, a lot. And, well, just playing my soda dungeon game. I'm playing it quite a bit, actually. Very long-term game. But whatever. I don't know what to do actually right now. I think I might get out and play some Diablo Resurrection. Why not? Today, what the fuck is this? I don't care about that. I'll go ahead and level up a little bit more with my Holy Frost Paladin. 9. Wow. A little early for that. Oh well, we'll let it go through. This might take a while. So annoying. Sitting here waiting. As always, just sitting here waiting. 7. Oh, my stream's lag out again. Morning time must be really busy for streamers. Oh, I should get off YouTube on my other one. Maybe it wouldn't lag so much. Well, I got another subscriber. Now they're getting up there pretty good. I mean, getting up to 100 would be kind of a fun thing, you know? Now I'm always, whoops. Hope I can get up to 1,000 for the end of, at least the end of next year. That'd be really nice. You know, it's a pain in the ass to make any money if you can't, well, make money, I guess. But hey, gotta do something, right? You get bored of shit pretty easily. So, yeah, screw this. Yeah, it's gonna take too long to do that. Let's see what I can do. I'm going to Age of Empires. Feeling pretty good today. The other day I felt a little bit like shit. I just been having like a fear of eating too much food because I don't want to like gain weight again. So I've been trying to balance it out, but then I figure out with the hardcore meditations I do, which I'll show you guys eventually. Oh. I want to do arena. Which map should I do? Which real world maps? Earth map. Ugh, that one's so annoying. I think I've done it once. It's just very tedious. Texas map. Oh man.
Ê, sụt đây. Nè sang
Bà
xong.
nhạc khắp ở phía bàn chí nhạc sang song
They're always right next to me.
Ê su stream rouge rồi trong nâng thở
Actually, I'll make my
Yeah,
castle
sounds
up
so.
here on this ridge right here. Trying to get out of this place.
Ê su stay nhạc sang song phía bàn chí bling bling trim trom
Trying to give me a talk.
Bị bên chia. Nè cặp ống.
trim rouge rồi nhạc khắp
Future leader.
bà trong nâng thở
Docks are very, very worth it.
trim trom bà
They won't.
trim rouge rồi trim trom
Build my new settlement more up here.
phía bàn bling bling nhạc sang song
Kind of figure I'm gonna need to anyway. I don't know why I put you so close to these guys. It's kind of annoying.
Blim 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 blim.
Don't need him up there.
Jesus name. Nhạc sáng soi.
Yeah, the thing is, they worry about gathering like that, which is fine. Yeah, they always insist on,
Trim hút rồi. Ba. Trong nâng ba. Trim trọ.
ត្រៀមរួចរាល់
land use.
ចាអូខេអ្នកសាងសង់
Ba.
Okay, so I need to.
អេសួស្ដីត្រៀមរួចរាល់ខ្ញុំនឹងធ្វើវា
Biết ba. Blim trong nâng thôi.
ពាក្យបញ្ជាត្រឹមត្រូវអ្នកសាងសង់
Wrong.
Jesus. Ba. Trong nâng trọ.
This one.
Nhạc sáng soi.
អេសួស្ដីអ្នកសាងសង់ ចាខ្ញុំនឹងធ្វើវាចាអូខេនឹងធ្វើវា
Biết ba. Blim ba. Blim blim. Trong nâng thôi.
ពាក្យបញ្ជាត្រៀមរួចរាល់វាអ្នកកាប់អុក
Jesus name.
There are a whole bunch of people on the.
Trim hút nhạc sáng soi.
Yeah, they always beat me in points.
Ba.
ពាក្យបញ្ជាសាងសង់
Biết ba gì. Nhạc sáng soi. Jesus name. Nhạc sáng soi. Trim hút rồi. Ba. Nhạc sáng soi.
ចាអ្នកសាងសង់
Trim hút rồi. Nhạc sáng soi.
Got some more houses up here. Might as well rock out and go to the next age.
Jesus name. สั่งสอน
A អ្នកសាងសង់
There goes my alarm. It's 6 o'clock. I know what I did now. Hey, my guy died. It's really annoying. Okay. Well, food's going back up there. They built so much shit. You know what? I'm getting bored of this shit. Just gonna sit here and talk. Well. I have this one person calling me. They call me like almost every day now. Or every other day. And the person's name is Elizabeth. I don't know who it is. It's someone evidently that has the wrong number. I'm sure you guys ever get phone calls from strangers, like weird numbers and that, and you end up answering it. It ends up being like someone that is asking for someone. It ends up not being you. And I ended up getting a text message too yesterday. I say it was about 12 hours ago, give or take. And it was a usual text message, like, you know, call me, can I call you back later kind of thing. That's basically what it stated or said. I'm just like, It was just really weird. So, because I'm trying to think of who it was. The only person I gave my number to were like 2 people at work. And normally if it's like a family relative, because the phone number looks kind of similar, because it started off the same as mine, but there's probably like hundreds of people that have that sort of thing where it starts off the same as mine. And I was curious about if it was one of the guys at work. Because normally if it is my brother, because my brother has a similar number to me, normally he just calls me. Or texts me what's going on. So normally when someone asks you if they can call you, normally there's someone that is giving you respect and saying, okay, I'll call you whenever you're not busy. Or it's someone that actually likes you and they're being respectful of you. Well, either or, it goes both ways. And yeah, I'm just curious about who it is. Oh man. I'm gonna try to stretch out my neck a whole bunch. Worked on my back yesterday. I haven't worked on my back like that at all. My back is rather tired. So it's a good thing. Think about hitting my, I don't know what I'm going to do today. Guess I could do my biceps and that. That's probably what I'm going to do. Actually, no, I'm gonna do my legs. I'll do my arms and I'll do my legs. Trust me, it's annoying. Having knotted up muscles. There's always a certain way you have to stretch them. That's why I have this on. My little jacket. I actually have two t-shirts on. Checking my neck to warm up and that. My back. Oh, it does warm up. I noticed yesterday there was a hateful message that didn't pop up on my YouTube because it was pretty hateful. It popped up on my caster stream, which is really good. I can see both of them because my caster stream doesn't give a shit what anything says. I can say anything I want to. But my YouTube messenger likes to keep like very bad verbal away, which is good. Sometimes there's people out there that are just really messed up. Basically like haters, you know. No one likes a hater, but you know, it comes down to it. People that hate just don't appreciate nothing. Like they don't understand nothing. They don't like anything. They're very negative. It's kind of like the woman I'll be working with tonight, because I'm working 10 to 6 tonight. I don't know if I'm off Thursday or not. I don't know. All I know is I'm getting paid tomorrow on the 4th. And I can't say she's always a bad person. She just tends like to flip out over really stupid shit. I think it comes down to a couple things actually. Comes down to dealing with stress for too long, or you think that's stress, and she just snaps. She has to smoke cigarettes and shit. She freaks out. Like she has a very narcotic kind of like personality, I guess. I mean, when she smokes, you can tell that she smokes. She shakes and shit. If she doesn't have her nicotine, and I find it super like really hilarious that someone lives like that, and it's despite that shouldn't laugh at people like that. It's like, well, it's an act of their choice. They choose to be like that. Come on now, we all know we go through that shit. These sort of people that are like that are various range of like 1 to 10, just like everything else. There's no like certainty to anything. But like when it comes down to people that are on drugs or pills or any type of narcotic, even aspirin's a narcotic. To rely on the substance is why you're in pain. Here's what it is with pain. Your body has pain because it's telling you something. When you ignore it by popping pills, you ignore the pain. And once you ignore the pain, that pain comes back again. So like if your back's messed up and you need to pop it or massage it or eat protein to recover it, guess what happens? Your body goes in pain. Your back starts to hurt. It's hard to breathe. It's hard to move. Body's telling you. You need nutrients. Well, people that smoke a lot of cigarettes or pop a lot of pills, they ignore that pain. What happens is when you don't recover your body stays in pain. If it does subside, it's because it took like a month to recover something that should take barely a couple of days. Being surprised, because if you don't, eat the necessary food to recover, your body will die. No, it does things to survive, which most of the times it sucks up muscle and tries to use a protein from your muscles to heal other muscles that need it. That's why you have to balance yourself out. But a lot of people don't understand that. They don't get it, why you have to eat amino acids to survive. Well, your body's made out of aminos, okay? It's made out of all sorts of things. Taking a multivitamin every day, people say, oh, that never helps. A multivitamin is a necessary thing to help. If you don't believe in that, then that's just your stupidity. Your body craves these nutrients. That's how it recovers. That's how you say people can heal faster than some other people because they have the right nutrients in them. You can't just gain nutrients from the sun, even though you do. You can't gain protein by photosynthesis. Syphilis? No, synthesis. Our bodies don't work like that. And these are the biggest kind of things, the reason why our minds go into these ways, because if we don't have the right enough, say electrical pulses from our neurons and all that, firing off in that from certain kind of metals that we need, like iron, copper, zinc, magnesium, stuff like that. That helps our nervous system out. When you lack in those things, you react to it. So that's why taking a multivitamin is very healthy for you. It balances you out throughout the whole entire day. And if you take 2 of them a day, you take 1 in the morning, and then say you feel kind of like shit before you go to bed, or you just like, okay, I feel like I need to recover, take another multivitamin. Drink a protein shake before you go to bed. Nourishment is the top thing that you should worry about, because that's what makes your body feel better. That's what makes you heal. Now, the aspect of training and transforming yourself, well, that's just training. Say like if you sit there and you learn how to meditate, like me, for instance, I know how to, disperse my nervous system. When I work out, and just to say my muscles get really pumped, more or less, I can use my nervous system to keep that muscle pumped. So I can put energy into the muscle that actually flexing it. Now, it has to be a potential flex, obviously. It's not like oxygen flex. When you breathe in oxygen, you flex. That's your body filling up with oxygen. That's how you flex. This is more of a mind thing. So certain aspects of my lobes in my brain, starting from my left to my right, my front, middle, and back, they all do different things. I know people might say, oh, this is really awkward. Science doesn't know shit, because they don't. Here's what it is. If there's something that is perfectionate, do you really think science, doctors will tell you? No, of course they're not going to, because that's not their job. Their job is to obsess a weakness and get rid of it with the medicine. Because that's how they make money. They can't distribute medicine. What's the point of having doctors? So doctors save lives. Well, in some cases of accidents or certain things the body can't handle, obviously it comes down to medicine will help your body get rid of it. Just like listen to people that take a lot of antibiotics and that, then the next year they get the same symptoms because they take more antibiotics. They get the same symptoms. What's that to get antibiotics that literally destroy your body? Your body has to literally recover from it. Why don't you just raise your temperature up? Drink hot herbal tea. Take your vitamins. Eat a little bit more healthier. These things do happen. Clean more often. Brush your teeth more. Brush your tongue more. Use mouthwash. Mouthwash, your mouth and that contains a lot of bacteria throughout the day. Mouthwash, gargle it, massage your gums and that. There's a lot of things you do. Clean out your ears, for instance. Anything that has a fucking hole, clean it out, okay? Because them are the easiest excess points that you have. And of course, you can count your penis hole, your vagina hole, and all that stuff. But that's more enclosed because it's in between your legs. Not a lot of stuff gets in there as much as, say, stuff on your face. So your eyes, your nose. It's like you ever had a really hard day at work and you feel really tired in that. A lot of times because either you're dehydrated or you're filthy. When your face gets bacteria and it gets too much shit on it, your body reacts to it. That's why you always feel so tired. So you ever wipe your face off with a really hot towel, wash out your ears and that you start feeling a little bit better? Well, there you go. That's the reason why. The access points are getting attacked. Your body's trying to react to it. And this is just proven things that we do every damn day. Do we think about it like that? Obviously we don't. We're just like, oh man, my face feels better. I feel a little bit more energetic. It's like sometimes if I don't take a shower, for one whole day because I'm off and I just don't feel like taking a shower. Sometimes I feel like shit. So rather than take a nice hot shower and get all that shit off my skin, I feel better. My body rejuvenates a little bit. So these are all the little aspects of things that need to work. When you're sick, take a hot bath, take a hot shower, push your body through it instead of just hindering it. Because when your body's weak and you're sleeping all the time, people say, well, sleep is good for the body and that. Sleep is good when you have the right amount of sleep. When you feel exhausted because you're sick, you got to eat. You got to take your multivitamins. You got to do something to keep pushing yourself. How much it sucks because you're feeling your energy being tapped. Well, you got to do something to keep the energy high. And eating's one of them. So, maintain high sugar, high carb diet when you're sick. You'd be surprised how much energy your body needs. You'll go through that energy enormously. I mean, just like when I had COVID, I literally lost 5 or 6 pounds because of COVID. Why? Because my body was just using so much energy to build up cells to get rid of the sickness. And, even with me drinking Gatorade and eating as much food as I possibly can at that moment, it was difficult. The meditations, the working out, the pushing myself, that's what made me get over it. So when people say, they have to sit there and sleep all day, get some rest, no, you don't get rest. You keep on going. You cough it out. You run another mile. You sit there and you do a meditation that heats your body up, or you do a plank and you sit there and do it. You're coughing. You're fucking feeling like shit. Our bodies are meant to push past. You know what happens after you push past that? Your body becomes better, becomes stronger. You don't get sick again. That's just how it always works. Our bodies adapt to everything. Humans are very, very, very adaptable. Very adaptable. The will of a human is stronger than most things. That's the reason why people have depression issues or they commit suicide. Their will is wrecked because they don't understand where they're at. They don't understand who they are. They walk our beautiful world that we have, and they just plateau because they're like, oh, I can never become rich because it's too much work. I can never become strong because that's too much work. But that's what it is. It's all work. You could sit there and play video games. You still have to work if you're starting a stream. You still have to work when you're on a computer editing. You know how much fun it could be doing all that stuff at first. When it comes down to do it tedious hours and hours a day, you adapt to it. 1 hour could be hard as hell at first. And then once you adapt to that 1 hour, 2 hours could be slightly harder. 3 hours could be slightly harder. And all of a sudden you adapt to it, you can work for, 5 hours a day because you're so used to doing it. Guess what is adaptability? Our bodies and our minds, everything learns. It's like the littlest thing that you can look at, well, not the littlest thing, but one of the scenarios you look at is lifting weights. When you tear down muscle fibers, guess what happens? You eat protein, they get bigger. That's how it is with everything else. If you get sick and you push past the sickness by trying to do the same thing that you've been doing, walking, stuff like that, and sometimes you have to do certain things, to keep pushing your body, get your blood flow going, get, your body working. And then guess what? Next time, you won't get sicker. You'll get less sick. And then sometimes you might be purely immune to it because your body works so well with it. These are the things that people don't understand. Doctors give you medicines that normally harm you more than do good. So when we listen to professionals always say, you know, well, I'm going to prescribe you some medicine. You know what you say is, no. Because they know how to treat it naturally. They just want you to have money. Or not have money, for instance. They want themselves to get money. Everything is cured by the body. Period. Cancer, the medicine, know what it does? Any type of medicine, like the new medicine that helps, you know, it's very expensive. It helps your cells notify it what cancer is and it attacks it. That's your body doing it. The medicine might help tell you what is cancerous. But like, that's how the body works. You could tell it what it needs to do. Just like my fingers get all cut up in that from work. I could literally make my fingers heal faster. Why? Put energy into it. Our cells react to how much energy we have. I know people, I think, oh, that's impossible. That's because you're stupid, okay? You're so far gone, you don't understand how the body works at all. You just don't know. Well, if you don't know, maybe it's best time to learn yourself. Been passed down for tens of thousands of years of people doing magnificent things of healing people and stuff like that. You think it's all a joke. Oh, it's just a story, someone made it up. Then why is that story passed down from 10,000 years ago? Well, they were stupid. People back then were a hell of a lot smarter than us. You know why? Because they actually had to use their minds more. We're set up to read books about someone doing it for us. Do we ever learn anything new? Hell no. We choose not to learn stuff new because we're so basic. We believe doctors that they know everything. No, they don't. And they'll tell you that too. It's like, no, I don't know everything. It just all depends on experiments and that. Well, do it with your own body. Try it out. Meditate. Meditate like me if you can. I doubt it. Took me over 15 years to learn this shit. No matter how much people can try to like think they can, it's the trick of figuring out the first time. Is it difficult? Yes, it drains me. It makes me tired as fuck. I consume quite a bit. You know, even yesterday or this morning, you know, I got two 42 grams of protein, like little like muscle milkshakes. And I had 2 things of ramen noodles, like the little box ones. I had a full thing of Sour Patch Kids because of sugar in that. And I felt pretty full. My muscles felt full. And even when I tried to go into a meditation, it just wouldn't click. It's something that I didn't have that would make it click. And some of it, if not I say half of it, it's emotional. Our emotions guide our strength and our will to push forward. It's one of the things anyone can practice. Think about what you like to do most. That what makes you so excited to do. Most likely it can't be sexual because you can't do something that everybody is going to know to like. Sexual stuff is normally everybody likes sexual stuff. Something that you enjoy. And then focus on that. Because you enjoy it, right? Okay, so you're focused on it. Your mind gets adaptable to it. Now take that focus and put it on something else. Ask yourself, how long will it take for me to be focused on that instead of this? So if I'm focused on, say, I'm watching Lucifer now. I'm pretty intense on it. You know, I watch it. I'm super focused on it. Ask yourself, why am I focused on it? Because it's entertaining? Well, yeah. But well, why is it entertaining? Well, I like celestial stuff, you know, God and devil and stuff like that. You know, I'm amused by, you know, that sort of thing. Then the crime aspect of it. I enjoy the crime aspect of it. And what else? I enjoy the romance of it. I enjoy, you know, how people get together and that, you know, the love that they share, because love is very important. You know, it's a very heavy emotion that actually can make us stronger than the average person that doesn't think about it or doesn't have it in their like repertoire. You'd be very surprised. Just like at work, this one girl named Clemmy, her name's Kimmy. She's a pretty girl, not she's a pretty black girl, and she has this like, you know, ghetto sense to her. Like she doesn't know anything. Like she was asking about, you know, like gay people and that, and it's just like she was wanting to know what was going on. And one of the things that she said is, you know, I like to joke around and talk about me having a nice butt. And I know that girls like it or guys like it or whatever it is. But I announce it. She says, well, that's gay. I'm like, how's that gay? It's like, well, it's gay to me. I'm like, gay is not a thing that you just do. Gay is a sexuality. It's because someone slaps their own ass, you think it's gay, but it can't be, because gay is not a thing that you do. This is how dumb people are to say, it's like me going, oh, that's just a black thing to do. To call each other the N-word and that. How much offense would they take to that? Some take it more than others, obviously. Some of them don't care at all because they're like, yeah, that's what we do. Well, is it true? Well, yeah, it's true because you hear it all the time. Just like when you listen to music, what kind of music you listen to is the kind of person that you are. So I listen to more fight back kind of music that, you know, when I fight against, you know, my surroundings and that. So I listen to music that's more uprising to emotions, to surpass the, you know, limitations that I have right now, to surpass myself constantly or do something in that fashion. So I listen to music based upon that fashion. And it's a very huge variety of music. So I listen to rock, I listen to instrumental, I listen to like the epic music and that. There's just certain types of music that really involves me to push myself. And there's certain kinds of like anime that does it too. So I like watching fighting animes because I like to, you know, see the heroism of people to reach new heights. So I evolve myself with that. I push my body with that. I push my mind with it. And how I always need to, you know, think about the things that are important. I think about, you know, the three powers. If you guys don't know the three powers are money, which is currency, strength of the body, more or less physical, and then strength of the mind, which is mental. Now, these are just the basics, you know, basic of power. There's other powers in mind, but these are the basic powers that we kind of go to every day and we use for certain purposes and that. So this is what I state. I state these three powers are very, very important because you see it throughout your whole entire life. So when you see someone with too much money, if they don't take responsibility over it, or if they have more money than, say, you, for instance, which it can't be too much more. It could be, you know, $1,000 or so more. But they use that money or that currency or these numbers to over concern themselves over you, as in they're trying to be above you. Just like saying if you have more strength than someone and you try to be above people that are less stronger than you. Same thing with the mentality of yourself. When you have more knowledge than people, you tend to be more above people that are lesser than you. As in they don't know the knowledge, or they don't have the strength, or they don't have as much money as you. These are the three powers that we live with. Now, how we control the responsibility with it, it's a very hard thing to do. So one of the things that of course, this is my own personal thought process of it. I think about it, instead of using powers, these three powers, to say I'm better than everybody, why don't you use it to enlighten people to be like you, or be closer to you, or do something in their own matter. So like I was at the gym, I was talking to this younger person. He's one of the main gym guys' son, you know, the one that owns the gym. It's like a family thing. And he's 14 years old. He was talking to me very intensively about what he wanted to do in that. And obviously, I told him the secret about life. I said, do what you choose to do. Your choices matter than anything else. Now, right from wrong, obviously, you need to learn certain aspects of life you just cannot do or that you have to do. So one of the aspects of life is respect the three powers. Respect the mentality of yourself, the strength of yourself, and the currency of yourself. Because these things rule our world. So if people start to respect it, these things can scatter off in hundreds, if not thousands of different varieties of who you might be. So if you have too much strength, you know, most times people have, or they believe they have too much strength, they have more strength than a person, normally they become a bully. Why? Because their mentality is very low. So they use instincts, which is your emotions, to give them what they want. These are the voids that we fill up. So just imagine if you had the emotional strength, which is the will to love yourself and to push yourself, and you have the physical strength to prove that you can do the things you need to do to get past certain things. Of course, physical strength is, you know, slight variations of certain things. You know, either to push yourself past it by being disciplined or having the actual physical strength to be able to deal with it. Of course, everything goes hand in hand, at least physical and mental. Currency, not really. Currency is just there. You know, people have it in their own category, but it's a very strong power because money kind of just changes everybody. So the aspect of saying, these are the things that I'm going through right now. So figuring this out. So the one thing that I have is I have a huge amount of mental capability. Far surpass most people you probably even talk to. Because people are pretty dumb, honestly. They don't want to push themselves. Now, dumb isn't saying you don't know. It's the definition of stupid and dumb. So when people get upset about these things, you need to learn the damn words in the first place. Stop putting different acronyms and syllables and definitions to everything. And stop using your fucking emotions. And I'll emphasis on fucking because people use their damn emotions way too damn much with every little aspect of life. Like words. Words don't have emotion. We put motion to the words. Come on now. Let's get there. Just like if you say a word and someone else doesn't like that word, what they're doing is they're thinking that you are on the same emotional length as them, so they despise the word that you say. So say like, when you say these people, I don't know how many times if you accidentally say that and you have one person, what do you mean by these people? It's like, well, these people is a category of people. Does it mean anything other than that? It does not. So why do these people assume these meanings of words mean something different? It's their emotions. They category these people mean certain kinds of people that are like that, but they use it as emotional of saying being racist or sexist. They do it. I see it. Everybody else sees it. But it's a category of people, category of something by saying these something. So it's just like the aspect of using the N-word. How many people despise that word? Most black people I talk to don't even care. Why? If you listen to their rap, that's all they say constantly. Now, is it out of respect that you don't say it? Obviously, yeah. The repertoire of war should not be in our category. You know, it shouldn't be in, so no one should be thinking about it at all. So why we category ourselves so much? Think about it. Why do people category themselves so much? Between emotions or strengths or weaknesses and stuff like that. You know, because we're not perfect, even though we can become closer to perfection. But what is perfection? Well, perfection is getting good at something that you like or love. So being perfectionist altogether is a narcissist. A narcissist is someone that believes that they are perfectionist, that everything they do has to be specifically right in their standard of thinking. We see this all around us. We just don't put the definition to it because we may not know it or we just don't care. Well, you don't need to care to know something. You want to know something because you decide, well, to like to learn. So one of the things that I like to do personally is to look at a situation, scenarialize the situation, go through the situation, and understand where it comes from. So the question why is probably the most important question that anyone could ever say, because why is explaining what is happening. How does it happen? See how why kind of connects to other words. Where does it happen? Well, let's do with why. That's why is a very complex word to use to understand these things. So why do people bully people? Or why do people use excess of knowledge to claim that they're better? Well, look through your life and look at how people react to certain things. And then you'll be able to see the categories of people. So like, I'll give a definition. At work, because I work, there's categories of people. There's people, like for instance, the Daniel guy, the gay guy. He has thoughts of thinking that he knows a lot. This is the one of the three powers that he abuses so he can gain structural sense of who he is, as in he trying to build up his own emotions so he can, I guess, force people sometimes to like him because he thinks that he knows more because he can read definitions of words, or he knows a little bit about this and that, this and that. You know, one of the things he always says is, you know, I went to college now. I'm like, you went to college and you're still an idiot. So college, whatever, you do whatever you want to do with it. Aspect of learning never stops. It's because you don't go to school. You don't categorize school as a knowledge base, because school is determined by the people of the highest knowledge of that area, say school, and they determine on how you learn instead of you. That cultivates you to be a moron. Why do I say it like that? Because knowledge is meant to know no ends. As in, you're open-minded to learn anything and everything around you. Nature doesn't have boundaries to not know. A lot of stuff we don't know. Why? Because schools don't know shit. Schools give you a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and they all together, and they're like, hey, here you go. You got a college degree and go fuck yourself. You walk around life, you're like, I know how to fuck myself now. Of course, this is over exaggerating, but I see people that get degrees and they abuse the degree by saying, I'm smarter than you. I'm like, how are you smarter than me? You got a degree and go fuck yourself. When I got a degree and, you know, I fuck myself or whatever it might be. But like, why am I saying this? Because I deal with it myself. My brother, for instance, my oldest brother, he's been in college for God knows how long. And he thinks he's more superior with knowledge. And I was like, I have a degree, and because he's a teacher, I have a degree in teaching. I'm like, what the hell is that going to do for you? If you're not learning, how can you teach? I admit, being a teacher, you can learn. But the structure of learning is based upon what other people are teaching you. It's not like you're researching it for yourself. You listen to everybody else. There's the thing right there. It's understandable to know stuff, but everyone is different. So like, I won't teach you shit. I give you what I experience. If it's right or wrong, more or less, it's probably going to be right because it is my personal experience. But it's my personal knowledge about what. If it makes sense, then you learn it. If it doesn't make sense to you, then you push yourself to look at that information and say, you pick apart whatever you think that is right, and then you investigate for yourself to learn for yourself. You don't need to write a fucking book about shit because you want money or fame, and then people categorize you as being the smartest person in the world, and then all of a sudden, you know, This shit gets passed down, and if someone else learns new knowledge and it's not based upon the book, you know what they say is, well, this book is the knowledge. What you know is not knowledge because it's not based upon this book. You see how school kind of just doesn't teach you anything? It's based upon knowledge that's already taught. It's already learned. It's nothing new. New to you, but not new to everything else. So if I find the aspect of living forever, and science says that's not possible, and then when I live an extra 200-300 years, what's going to happen? Well, probably not that they're going to hide it and they're going to throw it away and say, there's no way for you to live forever. You see how knowledge works? They always say, there's no way for that. But people believe in space. They believe that fake fucking shit. Believe in planets that you can't even see what they really are. You see an image, a blur image of it. Come on now, guys. Let's get this shit together. We are lost in so much knowledge that we don't even know it all. Because we're so bent on reading what everybody else teaches us. And it's all a lot of it's bullshit. A lot of it's just, ways of... What I'm trying to get at is, human beings say it in the Bible, we are the image of gods. Gods! Come on now, gods for instance. So why are the levitations so small for us? They're not small for us. We're just so dumb, we don't realize our levitations. We don't realize that we can surpass our mortal realm. Come on now, I know we can do this. This is why we struggle with our emotions. This is why we get depressed. Because we don't know where we are. We don't understand anything about humans. They tell us the history of humans, and they say we come from fucking apes. Where did you get that aspect from? Do I look like a fucking monkey to you? No. Do I ooh and ah and scratch my butthole and sniff it? Sometimes, but no. And people believe in this. We've been exactly like this for thousands of years. Our cultures just change. We adapted to their surroundings. It wasn't evolving, it was an adapting thing. That's how our bodies work. Ta-da! Ain't nothing new. But you gotta ask yourself, why do they not tell you these things? Why? Why don't people tell you these structural things that actually make you a better person? Because they don't care. That's all it is. It's for their own needs. It's for their own self-righteous having more power than you. That's having more knowledge than you. They don't want to tell you. You figure it out for yourself. Oh, there you go. You figure it out for yourself and you say, I knew it wasn't true. There's a way to have internal youth. There's a way to heal faster without popping pills in my fucking throat every 5 seconds. There's a way to get stronger by meditating and be emotionally and, nervous system flow. Well, what I mean by that, your brain controls the whole aspect of everything around you. What you see, for instance. And what I say by what you see, my eyes are definitely going to see a lot of things different than what your eyes might see. Perhaps like attraction is the easiest thing. What's beautiful to me could be not as beautiful to you. It could be ugly to you. That's what the difference of all of us are. Now we can have similarities, obviously. Genetics and similarities, always happen. So, like European people a little bit different. Or like them more. You got, Asian cultures like Asian women a little bit different. These are the things that happen. So, we talk about how America is. America was born by, we have Germans, Irish, English, all the aspects of European colonies. That's the reason why, Caucasian people like me are attracted to a lot of Caucasian women or Caucasian-based, people. And that's what it is. So, one of the things that people like to say, and we all hear it every now and again, is why? Why don't you like that? Because I don't like it. But it's so cool and amazing to hear that stupid shit too. Cool. That word is the dumbest word I've ever heard. It makes no sense what cool actually means. Does anyone know what cool actually means other than a temperature? I didn't think so. Saying, oh, someone's cool. Well, that aspect of what we think that cool means is someone that did it first. Or someone that does it better than you. Someone that you follow. You follow that person because they're cool. More or less, it's something that you choose not to do because you're scared. That make more sense? I think it does. It's like certain people at work. They think I'm cool because I tell the truth a lot. I don't need to lie about who I am. Because they're scared to do it themselves. No, I don't. Why should you be scared of who you are when that's who you are? You can never be like anybody else. I went through this crisis before. Saying like, I used to be a follower of so many people. What made me change is believing in myself. Have faith with myself. Not have faith with everybody else. Even say having faith with God or Jesus and that or whatever faith that you have, that faith has to be part of you too. So if you believe and you have faith in something more than yourself, guess what happens? You become a follower. You follow the aspect of what they do because you don't have faith in yourself. When you love yourself, what happens? People have faith in you. Why? Because they don't love themselves. They're trying to figure out their life. They don't know anything. They have to have something to follow. This is why people have a religious to follow. Because they're lost. They don't know anything. Mine is knowledge. I love knowledge. I love learning new things about people. And I love learning emotional things about people. And I love to learn, certain things about the body and that. I crave it. I love it so much that I desire it. And mine is like a people pleaser. I like to please people because I've been through a shithole, of a life. I had massive emotional troubles and that, and I want people to understand that there's ways of getting out of it without popping pills or listening to these stupid fucking counselors. Or, if you have like dating issues, listen to these stupid fucking date gurus, all these stupid motherfuckers that you see all the time just, using you for clickbait or using you for money bait and that, and it's just ridiculous. Like people talk about weight loss and that, and they were like, well, weight loss, you pop this magic pill and make, you shit more, which makes you lose more weight. And these people aren't bodybuilders. These people aren't anything like that. Even some of these bodybuilders on YouTube, like the ones I listen to, Greg Doucette, 100% probably will help you. I listen to Johnny. He's one of Greg Doucette's friends. 100%, tells you the actual truth about steroids and enhancements and that. Some of these other people, they don't care. They use their physiques like Athlete X or Athlete X or Athlete Feet X or whatever the fuck his name is. The dude's a hack. He's a complete clickbaitable bullshit. Dude's at 5% body fat. He's like 50 fucking years old almost. And he's definitely on enhancements. As in probably taking tests, which is fine. You can take testosterone because if you're in that sort of physique, you gotta have to take hormones anyway. Because as you get older, you're gonna have to do it. This is how the world works. Now, unfortunately, that's what I'm trying to figure out how to surpass. My main goal in life is to figure out how to be internal. Honestly, that's my biggest thing in life. Figure out how to be an immortal. That's a silly thing. Well, no one else fucking does. I might as well try, okay? There's a little aspect of life that I can be able to figure out before the end of my time on here, if it does end, is to figure that out. And what do I mean by that? Well, we have chromosomes. Just have them stop moving. How do you do that? Well, maybe meditations will do it. Maybe it's all in our heads. aspect of, other things, like, say, like, I could put energy into my hands and it slightly heals my hands, a little bit faster. Sometimes a little bit faster than the average person. So what is that life based upon? Energy. Okay. Our cells split because they die, so they have to split, which they get weaker as they split. So what if you could stop the cell splitting and just make them multiply? How do you do that? Well, the structure of cells is based upon the energy of it. So if your cellular structure has the same amount of energy as the other cellular structure from before, guess what happens? Well, it looks like you're about to live a little bit longer than an average person, now will you? Chromosomes. Why do they go away? Well, the aspect of, old age. Every 7 years our cells split. And every time they split, we grow older. Cells can only split average of 10 to 12 times before they get so weak that they just can't maintain the flow of the cellular structure. And then, well, you die. That's just how it is. Imagine if you can not have your cells split, but get re-energized. That'd be amazing. Wouldn't it stop your chromosomes from splitting? Wouldn't it stop the chromosomes from ever going away? I've been thinking about this for a while now, and how much science like to throw this stuff down. They know a little bit about it, evidently. But what if our mind is a switch that just needs to be flipped on? Maybe we lost it. Maybe. Maybe from years and years and years ago, we used to have it, and then it got lost. So, if there was a way to flip that switch back on and gain our rightful place with the gods, or so to speak, or with whatever it might be, wouldn't it be amazing? Yeah, why not? If we were made in the image of God, doesn't that mean that we're close enough to Him to become close enough to Him? Makes you think, doesn't it? Well, how is that? How'd you go by doing that? Who knows? No one else knows. I mean, there's been stories passed down from other, ancient humans that have done sort of things like that. Some of them, live for hundreds of years. I mean, we just lost it. I know a lot of people don't think it's important to know this stuff or to discover new things. But how are you supposed to do anything if you don't do it yourself? You let the scientists do everything. The scientists don't know a pile of shit from another pile of shit. Their aspect of learning takes fucking hundreds of years. There's still, theories out there that haven't even been solved yet for 1,000 years ago, or whatever it might be, or several hundreds of years ago. I mean, they're still trying to think about what the fuck gravity is, and they don't even know what it is. Am I being serious on it? Yeah. There's some people that just think gravity is some magical thing that happens. Does it? Well, all the dorky people out there love it. Why? Because they like space. If you look at the phenomenons of what happens with NASA or with any type of space agency that looks up at the stars, you know what they always say? Exactly. Nothing. They say, oh, this big gigantic asteroid got close to Earth's orbit. Let me see that asteroid. Come on. Let me really see it. Not this CGI bullshit you fuckers like to up your ass. Let me see it. I know that one meteor that always hits in Arizona in the middle of a desert. I like how I never hear about big meteors hitting big cities. I like that. Don't you like that they never hit big cities? Have they? Not even fucking once? All of a sudden, Arizona's hundreds of miles, 1,000 miles of desert. All of a sudden, 100 miles of it just gets blown up out of nowhere. You know what they go down there? Know what they find? Nothing. There's no meteor parts anyway. Because they don't exist to begin with, you moron. That's the whole point of it. So people that are really into that stuff, you're into something that's not true at all. That's why you can't find any evidence. I mean, I don't know how many times of this stuff, and you always ask the question, why? Why don't these meteors hit anything else other than very open areas? Because they don't, because they're not real. This is how fake our learning is. Where we don't even know what's going on because we're too scared to ask the questions because we believe these mainstream people that literally are paid to tell you bullshit. So it doesn't matter what you think. Don't hate the messenger. Don't hate someone that looks at things obviously that, are bullshit and make it, bullshit. No, we're so worried about all this other crap that we don't even look at where we're at in life. We don't look at how we can be a better person. We're so lost. One of the things that really changed my mind, and I have to say this, well, God himself, more or less, that we are created in his image, and how much people despise these things. But the 10 Commandments, these are the basic rules of life. You follow these rules, you be close to, where you need to be as a human. Obviously, these rules are very, uptight for us. But a lot of them are pretty, easy, Shall not murder, shall not steal. Them are the two ones, at least I follow 100%. Commit adultery, don't really do that. Not a lot of people do anyway. Respect thy neighbor. Obviously, respect is a big thing. You respect people. Don't judge. Because like I say, stick the thorn in your own eye first before you stick the thorn in another person's eye. So judge yourself first without judging someone else. You'd be very surprised how much that you judge that person and you do no better. Or you actually do worse than that person. It's like having a fat guy tell you how to lose weight. There you go. You see it. Fat shaming from fat people. It's quite hilarious. Like, well, you're fatter than me, but you're still fat. Well, I have problems. And then these are where the excuses come in. How many times people make excuses about anything in life? Say, like, for instance, like being skinny or being fat. I always hear this from skinny people. I'll eat all the food that I want. What kind of food did you eat? Well, mostly just like, candies and stuff like that. So you don't eat a lot of protein. They say, well, I do eat a lot of protein. How much do you eat per day? Do you even know how much you actually eat? Like, at all? Well, no, I don't think of it. Well, then how the hell do you know that you eat enough of it? Right there specifically tells you these people have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Same thing with people that are fat. They say, it's like, well, I do eat healthy in that. I don't eat a lot of carbs in that. And I'm like, okay, so when is your worst time to eat? Aggressive eaters are normally, when they see a lot of food in front of them or when they're emotionally impelled to do it. Well, how do you change that? Well, ask yourself, why am I eating this? When I could do something else. It's a way, it's an entertainment. You waste your time on eating because you're like, oh, the flavor of it's so good and I love the sugar of it. I admit I do, but that shit gets boring. That's why that's why I broke my plateau. I do eat, but I don't eat outrageously throughout the whole entire day. I'll eat and then I won't eat for like 2 to 3 hours and then I'll eat again. So my body has enough time to use the nutrients and to be able to, do what it needs to do. Aggressive eaters just eat throughout the whole entire day. Constantly snacking. Snacking is one of the things like, oh, I had a great meal. What'd you eat between that meal? Well, I ate a bowl of ice cream. After that, I didn't think it would do anything wrong. So you eat an excess amount of like 500-600 calories. That's literally another meal. And you did it why? I gotta ask why. Well, I was bench watching a show and I just wanted to eat while I was watching it. Well, then your meal that you did eat wasn't full enough for you. Exactly. So these meal processes need to act like this. The more full you are with less calories, the better off you are to lose weight. So if you eat less calorie with more filling foods, like I said, you lose weight. What are filling foods? Well, protein's one of them. You ever ate a big steak and you're just not hungry? Fiber's another one. You ever eat a bunch of vegetables and you're just not hungry? Well, that's what it is. But if you stay full with the wrong foods, then you won't lose weight. This stuff I'm learning. So protein is a necessary thing to eat constantly because it keeps you full. Proteins with something. So proteins with vegetables of some sort. Protein with a salad. The aspect of protein has to be at least, say, 70% of your weight or 80% of your weight. Sometimes it could be more. Depending on that's all you want to eat is a bunch of protein. Now, it keeps you full. And protein has a burning effect that makes you drop more weight because your temperature rises because protein has that sort of power with your body because your body loves it. Your body likes protein because it makes it stronger. The biggest aspect, most people, they don't eat enough protein. And this is what I do. I eat, I had, say, and it's a time frame too. So I had 42 gram Core Power shake. People say shakes, are blah, 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 whatever you want to say. So I had 42 grams. I had almost a whole thing of Cabbage Patch, of Sour Patch Kids. That was my first meal. Now people always say, it's like, well, that's kind of a shitty meal. And I was like, well, no, because I still had protein with something. So the aspect of protein in my body, you can't grow unless you have protein. So if I use this protein, and I say most of it was used for muscle growth, and the carbs and sugars were used for energy to push the muscles to grow, and plenty of water to emphasize your muscles to grow, because them are the three things, that I learned: energy, protein, and water is what makes muscles grow. Well, when your muscles are growing, guess what happens? You lose weight. Now, why do you lose weight when your muscles grow? Well, you're tapping into absorbing the energy into your muscles. So when your body works in that way, it works so perfectionally, guess what happens? You build muscle. You ever have a hard day at work, your legs are killing you, the muscle around your knees is acting up, and they're like, man, it's sore. You know what's happening is? You guess it. You're not eating enough protein. And that's throughout your work period. So this is why we have protein shakes. It's why you have to eat, every 2 to 3 hours. More or less every 3 or 4 hours, give or take. Now, you can hold off for the 4-hour mark, Like normally what I do is I eat at the beginning of work. I'll eat on my break. Because I'll come in early, I'll eat. And then I'll eat on my break. As I eat on my break, normally that prolongs me throughout the whole entire day because I got 2 meals in like 2 to 3 hours. So the prolong of it could last 4 to 5 hours, give or take. Because if I ate, begin to work, and then 3 hours later I ate again, well, I still got another 3 to 4 hours I don't have to eat at all. So at the end of my shift, if it is a 5-hour shift, then I'll eat at the end of the shift, go home, which I do this quite a bit. When I walk home, I gotta walk home. It's cold as fuck outside. If I don't eat, more or less walking home is gonna drain me, and I'll be tired as hell, and being tired of walking sucks. That's what happened the other day. I was tired. It was cold. My body was hemorrhaging so much energy. I had, half of a banana strawberry smoothie with a little bit of lemon powder in it, or like lemonade powder. I had like 6 or 7 chicken rings, and I had a little bit of hash browns in that. I thought it might be the last because I waited like 30, 40 minutes before I left. And when I left, I felt like shit. More or less, I was dehydrated. I noticed that because when your brain function goes down because your water is down, hydration is a main source of, dying. Because your blood doesn't get created unless you have water. So what I did is, I felt like shit. I was rushing to go to QT. Man, I was walking at a good pace and that. I was getting dizzy and I was feeling nauseous a little bit. I felt like shit. My legs were cold and that. I wasn't producing enough energy to be able to keep my body as warm as I wanted to. So I went in there. And the first thing I did is, I grabbed a Smart Water, I opened it up, I started drinking it. I know the guy had overnight, so he didn't really give a shit as long as I paid for it. He didn't care. So I even told him, it's like, yeah, I chew a little bit, I open it up because I'm thirsty. He's like, oh, he didn't really care. So I was drinking cold-ass water. I hate cold water, but I had to drink because I was craving water. Just like right now, I'm craving water. And I got home, and I felt like crap still, so I was eating. I bought, some Lunchables. I want to be a kid again, so I bought like 3 little Lunchable packs. They're expensive as hell. I should have got protein shakes, honestly. So I got them. I ate all of them. My stomach was full. The thing is, that's why energy consumption's better if you do it throughout the day. So if you're really hungry, you eat everything all at once. Normally makes you sick. And it will. It'll make you sick, and it'll make you want to throw up or make you really, really tired. That's why little things here and there matter. So, like, it's just how it is with the body and that. Just like right now, I feel pretty good. Normally when you're really talkative or you have a high amount of energy and you're like, you feel like you need to move, that's a good sign of saying that you're pretty much full. Pretty much full of glycogen, because your glycogen buildup has to get there. And your body stores it too, so when you're really low, like me, I have a problem with wanting to not eat sometimes. It's a bad thing. It really kills me, honestly. So, like, I kind of have to go into the craving mode where I need to eat more. Because I hit a plateau. I was at 120, 122 pounds. I finally broke it. How I broke it? I just ate more protein. I recovered my body in that. I consumed about 50 or so grams more than what I normally do. And it broke it. I'm below 220 now. I'm like 216, 217. And I don't even exercise that much. I don't even do much cardio. I do a little bit of cardio on that, but a lot of times it's my meditations. Or sometimes I'll sit there, if I do work out, I'll work out individual muscles, and I do the burning technique that you do. 1 second up, 2 second down, trying to get my body into, do up to 10 to 15 reps of whatever, the weight needs to be to get that range of reps. And maybe I'll fix my plateau. I lost a little bit of muscle, but I dropped like 4 pounds of body fat. And when I went on the DEXA machine, which shoots little electrical pulses through your body, which attach to all your stuff, and it analyzes your body and tells you how much, muscle mass you have. Well, obviously the fat percentage was wrong, because the guy was saying, you should have dropped like two or three, at least 1 to 2 more fat percentages than what you did. So I'm like, well, evidently the scanner's wrong, because it didn't make sense. So he explained it to me in that. So basically what I'm getting at, the closer you get to 15 normal percent body fat, normally the ratios are very all over the place. That's performing perfectly. So keep yourself emotionally sound, which is one of them. You gotta keep yourself emotionally sound. Emotions tear you apart. So be happy with what you do. Love yourself and that. Because there's a lot of people that have really big guts. They have stress, a lot of stress. That's why they got a big gut. Like my gut's, it's a little big in that. I deal with some stress in that. A lot of times I say, I don't care. If it ain't about me, I don't give a shit, honestly. And it comes down, say like my YouTube channel. I care about my YouTube channel. So I'm going to put more, emotions to it. Because I like helping people. I like satisfying people's hunger of knowledge and that. And I like to learn from people. If anyone knows more than I do, which a lot of them don't at all, honestly, to tell you the truth. I know this one guy came on, he was listening to me that. And he was listening to another streamer. And he's telling me, well, you need to go to this streamer. Maybe this person can mentor you. I'm like, I don't need a fucking mentor. Are you kidding me? My knowledge gains every day. I become so more intelligent just by being awake, honestly. Because my aspect of learning is so high that I learn everything. All my surroundings, how the way I work and that, how other people work. So I listen to people that have like PhDs. They're so annoying to listen to. They're all like, well, the sum up of this because of this book told me that I need to do this. And they just... it's okay to learn, but what you learn is what the problem is. If you learn basically bullshit knowledge, which is a lot of knowledge out there for the most part, and you're just a bullshitter. But anyway, I'm gonna let myself go and let you guys go because I need to take a big piss. Man, maybe talk to you guys later. Have a good morning, then. I'm probably gonna stay up for a little bit longer. I might have to go to sleep and get ready for work tonight. I don't think it's gonna be too bad. I think it's gonna be rather not busy. We'll see what happens. Anyway, you guys have a good morning. Keep positive. Love yourself. And stop caring about everything. Just worry about yourself. And people that care about you, keep it like that. And give respect. I'll tell you that. Give respect to... It's a give-take kind of situation. You give respect, people can take that respect and give you respect back. And if they don't do it, then you tell them to fuck off. Pretty easy, isn't it?